It will be a sunny Saturday here at the home of the Chapman Panthers, Wilson Field, for their final home game of the season for it as well. Chapman Panthers will be facing off against the Cal-Lu Regals. Quite the game we have lined up for us, ladies and gentlemen. Now, with all that said and done, up here in the commentator's booth.
Both teams are going to put it all out on the field today.
No doubt about that one, Grace. Starting off with the Regals, taking a look at number 17, Melina Diaz. She is truly one of the star players for this Regal side. Taking a look at her stats, 20 goals, 42 shots, and 47.6 shot percentage, which means for every around 2 shots that she takes, at least one of them, statistically speaking at least, should go in. I'm sure she's going to have a phenomenal game. And now moving on to the second star player for this game, Madison Soforenko. You could argue their best player, Grace, number 19 for the Regals, another midfielder. She has been flying so far, and in these last 2 games for the Regals, I'm sure she'll be able to get these stats up a little bit. 44 goals and 5 assists, but the big story almost at 50 points, 49 currently on the season with these 2 great players alongside the rest of the Regals team. I'm sure Chapman's going to have a very uphill battle, Grace.
Oh, definitely. But looking at Chapman's side of key players, we're looking at number 4, Annika Carlson. She's going to be pivotal in this game today. She has the ability to control the midfield, win draw controls, and contribute both offensive and defensive plays. This makes her a key player to watch, and her 42 goals, 12 assists, and 54 points. She's also 4 goals away from tying up this Chapman School record for goals scored. So we're definitely gonna be looking at that today, and hopefully she'll tie up that score, maybe even break it. Who knows? And then moving on to number 11, Ada Carr. You know, she has experience in offensive capabilities, which will be critical today. And she has a strong performance against Cal-Lu in the past. And so this makes her a key player, especially with such an important Sky Up matchup. Her 11 goals, 22 shots, and shooting percentage of 50%, which makes her the matchup against Diaz is going to be super exciting just to see how quickly they can score in this game today.
No doubt about that, Grace. Now that we know about the players and about the teams in the Sky Up, we'll take it down to, as we can see on the replay here, Maddie Escobar high to low. We've seen that multiple times, and nothing that Bella Bravo could have done on that one. And look at this replay angle as well. Right into the top right corner.
And seeing, you know, that they need to continue their aggression. And this replay shows just how great that goal was.
Another one for Melina Diaz on that one. Number 17 for this Regal side.
That back 5 is
a little
ultimately
confusion there.
Ultimately, because they know they shouldn't have been in that scenario.
Oh, yeah. What a smart read there. That was number 8 on the slug.
As we see on the replay right here, beautiful shot just somehow squeaked by the shoulder of Kuhnlein. Nikki Jean Henderson on that one, the defender. Only a freshman too. So
yeah, you can see those teammates are super excited to see. This replay is just showing just how well she took advantage of the space she had and taking that shot. And also just the celebration on the sideline from Benson. You know, this game is...
Yeah, Dante Zakolobis, as you said, welcome back, able to just wrap around the goal, beats his defender, and does a little jumping shot right under Pilgrim there. Just Pilgrim not looking at all, and the chomp celebration to the goal. As you can see, just completely outruns both defenders there. He was able to outrun Hornbaker of the season right there with 1 second left on the clock with the spin move, the stick movement, able to just zip that one by Pilgrim. Panthers needed from Morissette, finally getting on the board. What did I say? When you're like Morissette, one of them's going to go through with the chip shot, able to get that in. Love the celebration there with Jack Worth, and a much-needed goal for the Panthers.
We're going to see this replay right here. Look at her swim forward, turn around, get space from her offender, get up, and throw that into the goal. Amazing shot off by her. Waiting for Chapman here. We're going to take a look at this replay right now as she catches that and chucks it into the left side. It's an incredible shot right there. Beautiful. It's crazy already. You're going to see right here. Number 4. Passes it into number 3, Olivia Cairns, as she tries to get a shot off on Georgina Burton. But here, perfect lob shot as she swims up, fakes a little bit, does a lob shot into that left corner. Georgina wasn't even ready.
Back, just see where he's at. See where he started out here, kind of covering the receiver, and then good deflection. He was a little frustrated because he thought he could have had it picked on that. There's nothing wrong with that. As long as you're stopping.
5-yard penalty, first down, Pacific.
So Roach will get called for the penalty, but just an absolute dime from Peterman on that last throw to Adams.
How can Pomona turn it around, would you say, in this second half?
I would say Jaden Lee has to start making shots again. We saw in the first half she was extremely effective. In the second half, her team did step up, like Holman right there, but she really needs to up that production.
Emily Lee, Jaden Lee, as well as Abigail Homan really pouring it on the bench, loving it to begin this game, but it was the Wildcats who responded with the ferocity to close out the half. Big-time performances out of Solt and Allie Mead, the surprise performers for the Wildcats in this first half. And now, going into the locker room, it's Pomona who has to answer the questions going into the second half. Junior.
Absolutely.
And as we take a look at some of these MVP highlights, she continued to impress after struggling a bit in that first half, Zoe.
Absolutely. Eve Burke, as we've mentioned, is not a three-point shooter, but that didn't stop her from being the star of tonight's show, getting into the paint, having flexibility and movement, and getting those creative shots. That was the beautiful shot. That might have been the prettiest shot on this pie tonight.
Unbelievable, nifty craftiness. And you're seeing this pretty much every single shot that she's taking is a layup within the paint, and she was getting those rebounds, getting second chance opportunities for her team throughout this game. Unbelievable showing from